Hi everyone, and Happy New Year. It's been a while since I cut a video. I thought this would be a really good time to get back into the habit of creating these videos. Perhaps they might end up being shorter than they have been in the past. But it's good for me to get into the habit of saying hello to you guys out there. Today I wanted to talk about spiritual drive. Well, today's January 2nd, and many of you, particularly those on the spiritual path, probably setting some resolutions for yourself. Maybe you're going to eat healthier, exercise, whatever it is. These are personal goals that you set for yourself. And maybe one of those might be to wake up. The irony is there's no one to wake up. That's the paradox. That's the ultimate joke. And yet, if you really want to see the truth behind this facade, if you really want to see the man behind the curtain, you have to be willing, really willing, to want to see it. The truth is evident everywhere you look. In fact, you cannot miss it. It's right here. Just this. Just this, right now. Just this. How can you miss this? Is there anything other than this? What's going on right now? Right now in your life, what's going on? What are you doing? You're listening to this video, perhaps. In fact, you have to be listening to this video if you're hearing these words. So just stop for a second. Look around. Is there anything other than this? Are you willing to see that really clearly? Do you really want to see the truth? Because if you don't, you won't see it. You won't see what's right, I was going to say right in front of your face. It's not even in front of your face. Your face is included in what is already right here. The difference here is most of us who have started a spiritual journey have an idea about what it's supposed to be like, and what awakening is supposed to be like, what enlightenment is supposed to be like. But those are just ideas. Those are just thoughts. Or, like many people I know, you want to hold on to your own story, your own belief system. And the very first belief is the belief in a me, that there's a me here. Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. Cogito ergo sum. Thinking, therefore existing. Kind of has been translated as, I think, therefore I am. Descartes explored his own mind, and he ultimately concluded that the only thing he can't doubt was the fact that he was thinking. And because of that, he concluded that because he's thinking, he exists. But he had it backwards. I call that Descartes' error. He had it completely backwards. Because he didn't explore what is there prior to the thought. He didn't explore what's aware of the thought. What is it that's doing the thinking? He focused on the thought, and the thought to him was tangible. It was real. So one way of really rephrasing this would be to say, I am, therefore I think. But even that's too much, because ultimately the I in I am disappears. The mistake that most of us make is that there's really an I, like a singular I, a localized I. Again, the me. I am, therefore I think. But drop the I. What is it? What is it that exists prior to the thought? What is it that exists prior to even the I in I am? This. Now don't confuse me here, or don't become confused by my words, because it's very easy to then start pointing to the objects in the world here and say, oh, you mean this? Well, yeah, but that's not all of it. What is it that's perceiving these objects? What is it that's hearing? What is it that's seeing? What is it that's smelling, tasting, touching, thinking? What is that? It's right here. So when I say just this, I'm talking about the non-dual, integrated, mind-body consciousness. Those are words. I'm struggling for the right words here because words are just pointers, and it's very easy to get caught up in the words. What is it that's perceiving? If you really investigate that, maybe at first you might recognize that what we call the witness state, that there's an awareness. There's an awareness of thought. There's an awareness of perception. There's awareness of awareness. It's the first step. It's a big step. Waking up to the fact that what we think we are is not who we really are. But if you dig really deeper, you will see that even this awareness cannot exist without the perception of the world. There's a Zen phrase in one of the Buddhist chants that we used to chant in Zen Buddhism called identity of relative and absolute. The absolute and the relative work together like two arrows meeting in midair. Boom. The absolute emptiness, oneness, the whole ball of wax, consciousness, awakeness, noneness, forget the names. Let's call it the absolute for now. The totality of everything that is absolutely nothing, and that's who you are. That works with the relative being the perception of form. A coffee mug, a pen, computer desk, video camera. The absolute and the relative work together like two arrows meeting in midair. Think about that. Worlds are created. The whole universe is created right there. Right there. Boom. Like two arrows meeting in midair. Take away one arrow, what do you got? Nothing really. Like two arrows, the absolute and the relative work together like two arrows meeting in midair. What is it that's perceiving? What is this perception? They're one and the same. That's what I mean by just this. Do you really want to see the truth of this yourself? That's what we mean by spiritual drive. You really want to have to see it. Otherwise you won't. Because you'll get caught up in your thoughts and ideas. You'll hold on to your belief systems. Or you will want to analyze it and understand it up here. Yeah, I'm talking to you. And you know who I'm talking to. You can't understand it. It's beyond understanding. All the great sages in all the religions have basically said that it is beyond understanding. Lao Tzu wrote, the I Ching, the Tao that can be spoken is not the eternal Tao. Dogen said, transmission is beyond words and letters. Enlightenment is beyond words and letters. You cannot understand it. You are it. It's right there. That's the truth. And unless you really, really want to see it for yourself, you probably won't. That doesn't mean it might not happen. Many people have woken up to their true nature without having that spiritual drive. Maybe other things, maybe many cases, things are just going so wrong in their lives that they reach rock bottom and they give up. They just give up. Which is probably the best thing you can do is just give up. I give up. I surrender. I can't take it anymore. And there are those individuals who, boom, like a flash of insight, they see it. They see it. But if you're just dabbling, if you're going to your spiritual center, to your teacher, and you don robes or whatever, and you're holding on to a particular path or lifestyle, you're missing it needlessly. Those things are good. I still put on robes, my Zen robes, when I go sit with my group here in Boise, Idaho, every Thursday evening. Do I need to? No, sometimes I don't, actually. In fact, I've only recently started wearing them again, but they're unnecessary. It's not the path. It's the pathless path. Muman said it was the gateless gate. The gateless gate. The pathless path. It's closer than close. How close? It's close. Do you have the drive? Do you? Do you really want to see the truth? And it's not even a resolution you need to make. Oh, I want to see the truth, because that desire to see the truth also takes you away from seeing the truth. It's also another paradox, a little irony there. And yet, are you burning up inside because you want to know the truth? Are you? And stop looking. There's a great saying. Years ago, I had it on my bulletin board. The truth cannot be found by seeking, but only seekers find it. The truth cannot be found by seeking, but only seekers find it. Do you want it? Do you want to know the truth? Who is it? Who is it that wants to know the truth? Look there. Who is it that wants to know the truth? Well, I get a feeling I can go on with this. I don't want to make this too long. In fact, maybe this is the topic that I start exploring on a regular basis with you. If you'd like to learn more about me, visit my website at dragonspearl.org. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great new year.